The Lions traded for Za'Darius Smith. We're going to talk about the trade, go over it, grade it, give you my thoughts. Let's get started. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button for Lions Nation Unite so you don't miss out on the latest and greatest regarding our Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions made a trade here. We traded for Za'Darius Smith, formerly of the Cleveland Browns. The Detroit Lions get Za'Darius Smith and a 2026 7th-round pick. The Browns get a 5th-round pick in this up-and-coming draft in 2025 and a 6th-round pick in 2026. So basically, it is a pick swap right here. Lions basically get a 5th for Smith. They wanted to get a 4th. Lions got a 5th. Again, another good move by Brad Holmes. And this year, we are spending basically nothing in $11 million next year for Smith's salary. So the Detroit Lions have him on here. So let's go over the trade. I think for the draft capital portion, I think that was perfectly fine. That's probably exactly what I would have done right there. 5th with a pick swap. Makes sense. I think that's a win for both clubs. I don't think the Cleveland Browns lost the trade and or the Lions, they didn't lose the trade as well. He's 32 years old. He's going to contribute right away. Is he the greatest? Nope. But he's an upgrade for the Lions. Cleveland Browns, he was 32. That team sucks. So they get some draft picks, and that's a win from that perspective. So from a draft perspective, grade the trade A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Financially, I think it's perfectly fine right here. $11 million this year, nothing. $11 million next year. Again, we're going to have him, and Aiden Hutchinson are going to be a team, and it's going to be a good defensive line again for next year. So now we know what we have for the defensive line in 2025. You're going to have Aiden Hutchinson, Aleem McNeil, DJ Reader. You have Za'Darius Smith, Joshua Pascal. I'm sure they'll get Levi Onwuzurike back in there. You're going to have Broderick Martin. So the Detroit Lions defensive line is stout. And there's rumors happening right now that they could be trading for another player, whether it be Azeez Ujulari or somebody else, but that's what's taking place while I'm recording this video. Still got a couple hours. So the Detroit Lions, financially, good to go, and it's not going to hurt them down the road for many years. Again, he's immediately playing. He right now has got 5 sacks on the season. He's got, I think, 14 pressures. So he is a player that's going to immediately start. He can play Sunday. So he's a plug-and-play player. Lions defensive line got better. I think this is a great trade. Overall, I'm going to give this an A grade because both teams won. We get something. They get something. The Lions defensive line is great for 2 years now, not just one. And that is a good thing because this window for the Super Bowl, it's definitely not just this year, but it's also next year. There's no doubt about it. This team is amazing. So very good trade here. Really excited to see what he can do on the field. Look, he's not replacing Aiden Hutchinson. You're not going to replace Hutch. Ain't happening. But he is a player now that we can add to it. And that's what we need. We just need right now bodies to add to it, to hold the fort down. So when the Lions do go to the Super Bowl, maybe to play the Kansas City Chiefs, who's loaded up as well, we got Hutch can come in there. Then you get Za'Darius in there, and the rest of the guys. And it's also to secure that number 1 seed. If we get that number 1 seed, we get a bye week, and our team is banged up. We have a lot of players banged up. It would be great. And we had an early bye week to have a bye week heading into the playoffs. Usually I'd say, it's not the biggest deal, but these guys need a break, like the whole bodies of these guys. We got 8 games to go. And, you look at the schedule. If the Lions win on Sunday, it's hard for me to not believe that they'll be at least a 14-win football team. And that's the number 1 seed right there. I mean, their schedule really lightens up, in my opinion. There's a couple tough games out there, but they're going to be favored probably in every single game the rest of the season. So if they can get this win, and that's why you're bringing Smith in here, he's going to help get some pressure on C.J. Stroud. Their offensive line is banged up really bad. So it's a perfect move for the Lions. And stay tuned to Lions Nation Night, folks. It may not be done. The Lions could be making more moves. With that said, folks, adios.